5 needs like a decent laner. That's why I thought Monkey King, because Dragon Knight Monkey King can actually threaten the Mars. But if you pick that, this like Dragon Knight with Troll, sure. It's just the matchup against Dusa isn't as good.
Let's focus on OG. What are they looking to pick up in their last phase? What sort of role are they needing? They're needing to fill a mid laner, but what type of mid laner do they need?
Like a
some
Storm.
Kind of playmaker, I think, right? Like some kind of stun.
Yeah.
Playmaker.
Some like initiator that can make the game easy for us. Yeah.
Expand, but I mean Void Spirit maybe.
Void Spirit, Storm Spirit.
Yep, I think so. Bat Rider, we saw him actually run. Oh, this is a pretty good bat game right now. Yeah. It's not good against Quap, but in the game it's juicy against the DK and Doom.
Mm-hmm. It is, and they have last pick too. So,
but I don't think they're gonna go for this game because I think it's too greedy with Medusa.
Yeah,
and you're picking Bat into a bad mid matchup, which means he's gonna be having a slow start.
What do you think about? Nah, they need some initiation. I would like to see Storm Spirit or Puck. I think. Oh, Puck is banned.
Puck's banned.
Is it Wraith King? Yeah, that's what we expected, right? Zone. Like a DK 5, actually.
We expected that. We didn't mention the Wraith King, but it also makes sense. You just pick this guy for a Skeeter, right? It's like his go-to, and I think it's fine against Medusa too, right?
It is.
If Medusa gets super fat late game, like 5-6 slots, then you might have a problem. But for a long time, you can definitely take a lot of map with Wraith King.
Tinker. That is so greedy. The Tinker Dusa is giga greedy, no?
I guess.
Like, can't they just run over the Tinker now? Medusa can never help. And like, if they keep ganking this Tinker with like the IO Quap or something, it's I feel like it looks hard for the Tinker. But of course, if he has a good start and gets a good mid game, it looks amazing.
I would also think it looks a bit greedy, and they also have the only way to really start a fight for them is the Amar getting some kind of spear, right?
Yep. Last time we saw that.
Really, yeah, it's a very hard thing for Amars, I think. Normally you want some kind of setup at least.
Yeah. Until Hex, at least for Tinker, right? Which is going to be super late. Yeah, or an Acceptor for Medusa.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, well, let's think about these two drafts. Misery, what do you prefer? What do you think is going to happen in this game?
I cannot bet against the 9 Quap. I think he has been looking so dominant, and I don't think there's no disables for him, right? It's a free Quap game once again.
That's the Grim Stroke, that's it.
They're also gonna play around this Quap, I feel, with their DK and their Wisp and give him all the runes, and I think it's gonna be a 9 show. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you agree? Are they gonna push it to the 9s, Black?
I like the changes that OG made in the draft, that they went for stronger supports, but the overall idea, they're still so damn greedy. Like, last game they got punished really badly for it, and like, let's do it again. But I don't know, it just looks too greedy for me. I think I agree with Misery.
Okay, well, sometimes greed is good, and can OG rely on this Medusa to help them stay in this tournament, or will Tundra be advancing to the next round? We're going to find out with Nomad and Lizard.
Thank you very much, Dan and the gang. Yes, indeed, it is an interesting draft this time around. The Medusa pick seems like something very different for OG, who have enjoyed these more dynamic, safe laners. Lizard, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, I wasn't with you guys for game 1. I saw some juicy picks, some Visage and whatnot. I agree with the panel. I think the Tinker and Medusa are greedy. But then again, I'm looking at Tundra. Do they have those good ways of getting on top of Tinker? Besides the Queen of Pain, they don't, right? So maybe BZM can have a little bit of his BZM magic and just destroy Tundra with the Tinker, which this hero can be a playmaker. It can be a very scary nuisance in the mid game. When it comes to vision, only Weaver is providing him with it, right? So you don't have some Night Stalker or Bounty Hunter or anything like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they have some catch on the side of 9, but they also have options on OG as well. You know, I feel like Mars is a very good saving hero in a lot of circumstances. Like, yeah, he doesn't have any actual saving abilities, but Spear can be very useful. Nice long-range stun. Arena as well can be used in the right circumstances. And Misha as well is going to be a big one. Are we expecting him to run for the Aghanim's this game?
If the game goes well, perhaps, but keep in mind that this is a position 5 Weaver. So Misha will probably, even if he does get it, it's not going to be fast. I do like the position 4 Grimstroke with Mars. Actually, that activates Mars in a completely different way. You're thinking about Mars as this hero that struggles to initiate, right? Because you jump in and you try to spear. Well, if you have Inkswell on you, can jump in, use God's Rebuke, and...
Ooh, bit of fighting. And
3
Tundra
rules
gets
for Tundra.
3
Wrap
bounty.
it up.
Yep, GG. It is Tundra going through the low. No, but it is nice.
I will eat the cheese.
Yeah, in this lane, right, like the Mars and Grimstroke is pretty scary too. I just want to see how well Dragonite will do, because I've seen this on position 5 actually quite a few times recently. Not in pro games. You run in, you stun, and you just hit. And it's so annoying. Like, this is one of the longest, if not the longest stun level 1.
Yeah, pretty insane, that Dragon Tail duration. It's just a pretty powerful ability. It always has been. Not one to overlook. So Fada, we'll see what he can do as Tiger just hits him. Look at that. Look at that. Tiger's he's just out of the game. He's gone to make himself a coffee.
He has some range, right? At least with Stroke of Fate, you can secure the range creep, which he might do here, or just leave it to the Mars as well. And you can see Taiga is already running away. Dragonite on one side, Taiga on the other.
Yep, using the creeps as a shield. Please, leave me alone, you stupid dragon man. Doesn't fear anything.
Such a Fata thing to do, right? Take this Dragonite, put it on a 5.
Yep, game 1 Razor, game 2 DK, easy.
Oh, he was Razor position 5 first. Okay. There were some Eastern European players that used to do that a long time ago. With no success, however, but Fata made it work.
Do you remember when Kuro did it? We were trying to remember when Kuro did it last cast, we couldn't remember.
Nope. Actually, can't remember.
So lanes, I mean the lanes were an absolute disaster last game. Let me tell you, it was an absolute thwacking. Tundra did just not let OG get anything out of their side lanes. Mid was pretty good for BZM, but elsewhere it was absolute destruction. So good to see already things looking a little bit better for OG. But this Medusa, she is struggling.
Any lane which gives Wisp movement speed is so nice to have, right? This position 4 IO plus 33 with Scorched Earth and Infernal Blade. We've seen this, we witnessed it before, right? Absolutely no points in Devour early on, and you just play to dominate the lane itself. It's a different approach to the lane with the Doom, but it's definitely popular one at the moment.
Yeah, that's nice, especially when you're playing with that IO, right? That just makes it so much more tempting. Screw Devour. Tiger getting pretty low to the harass of Fada at bottom. Forces him back, and now Fada will get to work on Amar. It's just hitting them. It's just hitting him with that big old sword of his. Whack, whack, whack.
It's just such a funny thing to watch. Very annoying when you're playing it, but when you're watching it, he just runs up to you, stuns you. He has Dragon Blood. You don't want to trade hits with him, right? Because he just regions up anyway. As long as he's careful enough to not get speared into the tower or something like that, Fata should be fine.
Yeah, and actually, Tiger's walking all the way back to base now, so he is not even going to TP back, he's just going to walk back and then TP back to lane, because he knows that he needs regen for himself, and he needs to bring his master some regen as well, so that's exactly what he'll do.
Keep in mind that he started with boots, right? So, because of that, it's fine for him to go back.
Ooh,
He's
Misha.
actually...
Snake King, will he be able to finish the job here? No, he will not. He runs out of balls, unfortunately.
Medusa is being pressured a little bit by 33. And they do have the tether. Like in a lane such as this one, you just have to be careful to tether a little bit sooner, so you have it off cooldown a little bit later too, and they don't go on you and finish you off.
And Fada continues to be annoying, blocks the ancient stack as well. I want to talk a little bit more about BZM Tinker, because it is an interesting pick, and it's something which he's been playing a little bit of. Last time we saw it, it was very aggressive. That was the one thing we thought about it. It was very frontline, did get picked off a bit too many times, to be honest, but overall, very, very good. I mean, he just had a ridiculously good early game. will he
Was
get
it the
away
game
with
when
that
they?
this game?
Was it the game that we casted together and the Tinker won, or did the Tinker lose in that game? Because I'm casting some Eastern European.
Pretty
EPC
sure
as
OG
well.
lost that game, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I feel like Tinker is a hero that can definitely work right now, but I, just like Panel, agree that it feels better to have a little bit more of an active safe laner, some semi-carry, or at least a carry that doesn't need as much as a Medusa.
Got it. And then you got Queen of Pain on the other hand as well, where 9 is just going to be everywhere and everywhere, trying to be as active as possible.
Yeah,
Oh, she's looking for
hunting for a
BZM
kill.
here.
Yeah. He got level 6, and 9 actually leveled up Sonic Wave instantly. He's searching for him, but BZM is not giving away his position right now, at least.
Love it when you resist.
I love it when you resist.
Yes, resisting death. It's kind of important, kind of what we're all trying to do most of the time.
BZM?
Oh, and
BZM?
there we go, finds it. BZM's going to get blown up by 9, makes the mistake of daring to show his face for just a second, and 9 will rip it clean off.
There was no way he survives after that. Like, literally no way. The moment he shows himself, he dies. And I believe he knew it. Why he went for that? Is he a madman? Does he want to get that level 6 and just regen up? I'm not sure, but first blood goes for 9.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. That is a pretty big deal for 9. I feel like it was an active choice from BZM, but I wouldn't want to say that because that does seem like a crazy thing to do. It's first blood. You don't give away first blood in the middle lane. Look at Fudder as well. He's like, hey man, I like these stacks you've made. I'm just gonna hang out here now and yeah, be annoying.
Well, 9 is trying to actually take them.
Yeah, but they have got the Inkswell out onto the Weaver. They're going to be able to stun up 9 for now, and they've also got the Silence. However, I think Misha could be the one in some trouble. The Ancient's just tearing him apart as well, joining in to just bully the poor old Misha there. And now it's Tundra who are coming in. They're invading. They're taking the stacks. There needs to be responsive from OG, and he'll throw some rockets across, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to stop Tundra just cleaning out this hard camp.
He's like, please go away. Please go in, as he's throwing these little pebbles at Queen of Pain and Io, and they absolutely don't care. Bata might fall. They're going back in for the Tinker. They don't have the damage, right?
I don't think so. It's a bit of a long TP, but he gets out eventually.
Not only did you lose the stacks, you also wasted that whole time in still farming, throwing rockets at them, which didn't really accomplish much. Plus they get a kill on a DK, which is alright.
It's something. I mean, is a kill worth that big stack? I wouldn't have thought so.
Probably not. It's a position 5 DK, so
Yeah.
they're chasing him.
Man, they are so hungry for BZM here. Misha is nearby, as is Tiger though. We saw that combination do a bit of work before. And yeah, doesn't just gone immediately. So we're not wasting any time trying to trade with 9 or anything like that.
Do you call him Bosom?
Sometimes. It's, you know, a fun little nickname. We're very, very good friends, me and Bosom.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you pronounce it, right? So
Technically,
sense.
I mean, it's lowercase, so if we're being pedantic here, then...
Has been killed.
Actually, there's a Queen of Pain with her ulti ready, but no mana.
Yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue. I trying to come across and help out, and Tiger could actually be in some trouble. Was trying to help out his TPing Tinker. Now 9 trying to just get on top under the tower with the right clicks, with the overcharge. It's not enough. It is enough. Tiger does die to the dagger eventually, but Snake King will follow him to the grave. So a very deep dive from Tundra.
I feel like if Queen of Pain waited a little bit just to get a bit more mana, and then she goes in, they finish off Grimstroke way faster, and probably Snake King doesn't follow, right? He doesn't die. But when you're dominating, sometimes what matters is to assert even further dominance, and he certainly did that by diving here too. There is a completed armlet, I believe, on Skitter. Yeah, there is. And Amar just finished off his... Is that Phase Boots? Doing his way? Yep.
We've seen this move before from BZM. In the triangle, smoked up, trying to take the agents, but look at 9, they know immediately what's going on. They're going to try and take down BZM, and they're going to be able to do exactly that. The Sonic Wave cuts him in 2. And now, do they take the ancient stack as well?
Seems like not. Misha was like, yeah, I'm moving aside. This Sonic Wave is all you, brother. He moves so he doesn't get picked up by it as well. he's leeching some of the experience that he gets that level 5 at least. But like you said, we've seen BZM do exactly that with the smoke and Ancients, right? We casted that game. If we saw it, Tundra saw it as well. So they knew exactly what was going on, what will happen, and they punished them.
Yeah, they've done their research, which is important. You know, considering there's DPC going alongside this as well. Sometimes you can get away with it, but this time around, Tundra did do their research. They watched the replays. They know what's going on, and they do not let the Tinker get away with it. Yeah.
So far, one hero that we completely forgot about, I believe, is 33 on the top lane. He has pretty much a Midas completed now with that level 4 Devour and with no levels in Doom. Why skill Doom if you're not gonna Doom anything? And what's a Doom without a Doom?
He is just silence, isn't he? Doesn't really have a... maybe Bringer, if we're talking about old Doom. This is a dead father on the tower. Alrighty. And now Uragi's being jumped by 9. Snaking joining in as well. He's just going straight away for the TP out. They know the weakness of this Io Quap duo. And that's the fact they don't have TP. So Tiger just want to walk up the high ground. Oh my god, look at the laser! What the hell? They just get completely destroyed by them. Oh my god.
Alright. Now I understand.
Yeah.
I was blind, but now I can see. Grimstroke, Soulbind plus Tinker. That's where it's at.
The
amount of damage.
Bouncing laser just I mean, Snaking just perished. He doesn't...
Yep. Indeed, he did. Queen of Pain as well.
Yeah,
she wasn't much tankier at all. Actually, when you think about it, Io has more HP than Queen of Pain.
That was violent. Fada doing his best to try and defend this bottom tower. Another combo going. Oh, hold on, BTM. He's been caught. They just jump on top of him. Skidder brings him down. And the kill goes to 9 once again. DZM once again. You know, I did mention it before. He does like to be very front lines on this Tinker, and sometimes that can work out against them. This time he gets caught out, and they deal with the Tinker very swiftly.
I don't really worry for him anymore after seeing that Grimstroke combination. Every time Grimstroke has Soulbind, just go and make that play. Io will be probably tethering the target, right? So it's a free usage of the Soulbind combination.
They do have to be close though for the laser to bounce.
That's true.
So
that's true.
As long as you're not cuddling. Snaking does love a cuddle. You can just tell by looking at him. He's a cuddler for sure. This is a dragon under a tower, and now it's a dragon dead. They do get the deny on the tower as well. BZM's able to take that one down and spamming out some more rockets, just trying to keep him nice and low.
Ata was in true position 5 spirit there, just sacrificing his life to take out the tier 1 tower on the mid lane. He does fall in the end, but I don't think that matters way too much. One thing that you have to pay attention to is Tundra's global presence. Because of the relocate and because of the fact that they do have 9 and he's quite mobile, right? Has that blink, can initiate. But they don't really have a way of stopping Tinker from rearming, blinking away.
True enough. Especially with that shield as well. Very useful for stopping those gradual DOTs, such as the dagger. There's more stacks here. Tundra are just living on the enemy side of the map this game. It's very hard for OG to play into. This is not how they wanted this game to go. We talked about the greed. The panel talked about the greed of OG a lot and whether it could be punished. And Tundra are doing exactly that in this game. Look at their cores as well. Top 3 of the net worth spots. Looking very good for them.
They're punishing them, I would say, really on the back of Fada's Dragon Knight. Like, the way he's playing is he's giving so much info going forward first, and he's a 5. A 5 that's really difficult to take down. So he just goes in, gives info. If they go on him, there's always some IO to save.
Bottom lane, 33. He's got the Doom. They'll throw it down with the reload as well. They're looking to jump onto Uragi here, and I think they've got this Medusa dead to rights.
Can they be punished?
Let's see. Arena comes down. They've got the Io. That's going to be the first kill. Now I'm going to go towards the Doom as well. Misha, Tiger, Amar, they surround the Doom and take down 33. It's a good play from OG to get something in return from this.
9. There's a blink on Mars, but I don't think there's follow-up.
No, they just don't have the lockdown to keep 9 still. With that blink coming off cooldown so regularly, very tricky to chase down the quad this way.
if you want to kill this squad right now, you need a Phantom's Embrace on her. Grimstroke needs to use his spells. And they did get a couple of nice counter kills on OG, but Medusa falling is the big storyline. And if you're Tundra, you're completely fine with the way the teamfight went on the bottom lane. Top lane. Oh.
Ooh, okay, alright. This is not the IO catch here, I believe. They're being very cautious about this. No, OG don't seem to trust that, do they? They're like, we don't want to get ulti by this Queen of Pain. We don't overcommit to a snaking kill. I mean, it's very efficient though, right?
I think they didn't see the tether being broken. God's Rebuke actually broke tether, so he couldn't get out. Because of that, they were kind of playing around him. As they know that Io is kind of a tricky hero to kill. He can always just tether and get away if Phantom Embrace is dead, obviously.
Nice scoreline right now. Very nice. It's BZM throwing down some rockets onto Fire in the bottom lane, just clearing him out, claiming the farm for himself. As Misha is going to kill the Courier, which has a Blink Dagger on it. It's very annoying to get your Blink Dagger timing delayed, isn't it? One of the most annoying items to get killed.
100%. It's an item that completely changes the way you play on some heroes. So when you lose that, it hurts. One of the items that are coming up that will change the way Tinker plays is the Aghanim Scepter. It's going to make him a little bit harder to deal with, especially with the Soulbind combination of that laser. Bottom lane, Amar. Relocate as well.
Yeah, he's in a spot of bother here. Spear comes out, but that's 5 heroes upon him. Amar, he's going to accept this fate and will be killed off. He's pretty deep down in that lane though, right?
I was thinking if they can find the relocate spot, but they can't. Instead, they're setting up a kill on top lane. And someone will TP, but sadly for them, it's Wraith King with assistance from Io.
Yeah, do they want to try and fight into this? I don't think so. Misha's still considering it. He's scooting on across, just giving the information. But no, they back away.
Yeah, if it was anyone else, they could have went for that, but Wraith King up front, if you waste that Soulbind, they will TP to that tier 1 tower. You will be punished 100%, so they opt not to go for that. As they have some good items coming as well. BKB completed on Doom. Doom is available. Misha.
OG searching for an opportunity. That sentry doing a lot of work. Not finding it though. And they've got nothing to play for in this part of the map, OG, so they're just going to back away.
This is very peculiar from both of these teams how they're playing. Like Medusa is free farming and she's not really like not one of these teams is thinking about defending her or going for her. It's next level. They understand that tier 2 on top lane is probably where Tundra will try to go. And they did, but they got repelled already.
And why do you think that is? Why does this top tier 2 matter when the Medusa's in the jungle?
The top tier 2 and the triangle, no, not the triangle, sorry, the area around the shrine helps with access to the Rosh Pit. And it's historically one of those areas that you want to take control of. Fata is running straight. This is such a Fata play. Has smoke, runs straight in.
D wards. Cool, yeah, that's a statement for sure. OG are like, yeah, we don't trust that guy. We're not jumping that. Not today. They want something juicier.
Yep. We said that OG's oh, Grobo. Okay, he gets it. Misha. They're just playing on the edge, right? Like saying hi to one another but not really engaging. And now Skitter is sick of that and he goes straight into the pit.
Yeah, they want to force something. Tundra are tired. Do OG respond to this, Lizard?
Do you think they can respond to this? On the side of OG, is that what you asked?
Yeah.
I guess not. Not at this point. By the time I figured out what you said. Fata will die, but so will Rosh.
Yeah, that's a worthwhile trade. Fata once again finding the favorable trades here. I feel like with some bugs in the pit and maybe with like a soulbind or something, they could have contested that with the Tinker. They do a lot of damage, and they could have forced him out the pit, but they didn't find it in time or something. I don't know, but either way, Roshan goes down, but now they come in. They're going to go take this fight with the dead DK. They feel like this is an opportunity for them, and look at the lasers bouncing around, doing so much work. Snaking so low, does get finished by Misha, but Nine in the backlines tries to find the Tinker, doesn't quite do so though as he gets himself out. Skinner's lost his first life, and Nine might be losing his first life as well, but not before he brings down Amar. Look at the amount of work this Weaver's doing, but no longer as he gets jumped up and stunned up by Fada and Skinner. They'll lose the ring. Whoa, mid lane. More fights taking place. The Tinker's coming in to help out the Medusa. Can he keep her alive is a question. The answer is no. Too much damage coming out. Tundra, how do they do that? They make two plays happen across the map at the same time. That's kind of wild, and they're going to find BZM as well. It all comes crumbling down for OG.
Yeah, really, really well played by Tundra there because of Snaking's buyback and the Doom from 33, revealing that Blink Dagger, jumping on top of Medusa. Medusa that was like, okay, you guys are fighting on top lane, doing your own thing, I'm gonna be farming, taking the tier 1 mid, whatever. Suddenly there's a Doom, jumps straight on top of her. And followed up by Snaking. Tinker tries to save, but 33 just waited very well with the BKB. And because of that BKB, he had enough time and strength in him to take down the Medusa without worrying about the lasers. Very cool that they realized that they could punish Medusa on the other side of the map.
Yep, the first time a play has really been made around this Medusa, and it's a really big one for Tundra.
But back to your point and the questions that you asked earlier, like your worries, I feel the same way. OG, that if they read that Rush Pit was happening, they definitely could have contested that. It's a better fight than to take it afterwards, right? After Aegis is already there.
Yeah. I don't know, this feels like a slip from OG this game so far. This isn't the team we're used to seeing playing, and they're not playing badly, but it's just that they're not... They don't seem to be making the same moves and having the same kind of discipline as we saw from them previously, but...
The discipline is there. I feel that Tundra is just playing very fast as well.
Yeah. I mean, that move across the map was crazy. It was so quick.
33. He has a stun here, but no, he's so close to BZM.
Oh, right on him, but another blink away from BZM. He had the next one available, so will get out. But man, this guy, he predicted, he guessed it. It kind of sucks for him now. He's got to spend 12 seconds of shame in the trees.
It was a nice attempt, and it also makes Tinker think that they have a high-ground voice.
Yeah, could do. Certainly going to be hesitant about TPing back to that area anytime soon.
Okay, that's up.
Yeah, they're going to spear him back into the clutches of Yuragi, and this will be a kill onto the DK. I want to see, how many of these kills which OG have gotten have been from Fata?
Fata died, what, 5 times? So,
yeah.
Half almost.
Yeah. Yeah, those are just not kills which OG are going to be happy about. They've always been for a reason as well, that's the thing. It's always been...
There's a smoke now from Tundra. They have Doom available. Ragi.
Oh no, wait, they've got the Doom out onto Yuragi. Yuragi needs some help right now. I mean, the Rena is going to come down, but the Medusa's just being completely shoved back. She's taken too many hits, out of mana, out of health. Medusa is down. Snaking, meanwhile, going to TP himself back.
Survives.
Easy.
9.
Wait, 9's looking for BZM, but BZM's looking for 9 at the same time, and Skinner's looking for BZM. Gets the top win with the stun, and he's out of mana, unfortunately, on the Tinker, and he is going to get killed off, and they're also going to find the Misha as well. Tundra just lining them up and taking them down. Misha to fall. Tiger, meanwhile, stun's going to come out, but unfortunately, it's the end of his life. He gets eliminated, and that is 4 dead on the side of OG. A terrible fight for them. They get 9, but that's about it, I'm afraid.
Was a decent attempt of Misha's Weaver to delay the death there a little bit and try to body block, but it doesn't matter. They have phase boots anyway. They get the kills, and the way the Tundra is playing is very fast. Like, they're taking every single team fight as soon as the cooldowns are off.
Yep.
And I'm not sure, like, if you're OG and you're taking down this tier 1 tower, like they did it methodically. They moved around the tower, they set up some wards, they expected the defense, but then Tundra just strikes instantly. By the time they set up the wards, their Medusa is already doomed and running away. And what's allowing them to make these plays are obviously BKBs and daggers on both Wraith King and Doom. Like, they pop the BKBs, they pop the daggers, get on top of Duza and just finish her off before the team can help.
It does feel like a lot of the times when we've seen OG been a little bit outclassed, it's to these very, very fast gameplay styles.
Just outpaced a little bit, right? From under this time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
For sure, for sure. Now they try to make a play down bottom.
Dire's top tower
Or at
is
least,
under
I mean, it's more like just trying to claim this part of the map, but not wanting to just throw bodies up there.
Yeah. Secure Medusa's farm a little bit longer now. It shakes you up a little bit. When you're playing and your Medusa dies twice in a row to Doom, it shakes you up. You reconsider the way you're playing and you try to adjust to that. One big thing for OG will definitely be the Aghanim Scepter on Weaver. As he gets the Aghanims, it becomes way harder to kill the Medusa. But besides that, they didn't really itemize in any sort of utility for Yuragi. There's no medallion, no solar crest, no 4 staffs.
Yeah.
Nothing really to save him. Once they go on him, he's on his own.
It's also a really long way away, that Aghanim Scepter, so that isn't going to be an option for a while. $3,200 gold to farm up on a POS5. Not an ideal situation to be in. Another smoke up from OG. They're going to look for some action. They've got this double damage rune. What can they do with it? Amar's going to bait it.
Yeah, they're baiting on it. Yuragi with the double damage with the Skadi.
I realized it was probably their plan for Yuragi to take it, but it did look very silly. The whole team's like, all right, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to bait this DD. Whoever comes, we're going to jump on them. And the elaborate plan, then Yuragi's just like, hello, I'm the carry player, I want to farm, thank you, bye.
Thank you, bye-bye. Doesn't even go for the tier 1 mid. No, I'm not taking on objective, sorry. Not until I get this Lincolns, and until I'm sure that they can't do me.
Yeah, sorry, gang,
so
can't
far,
join in yet. My GPM's too low.
The Doom has definitely worked out amazingly versus Yuragi. I don't think I've seen a single Stone Gaze.
Radiant are scanning.
No, I mean, I haven't seen a fight where Medusa has been able to cast a single spell, to be fair. Every fight she's been in has just been Doom and then the fire erupts around her, and that's it.
That same Doom has got the Shivas completed. Speaking of items, there is an Orchid now on Wraith King too. Things are coming definitely together for Tundra and...
Oh dear, Tinker being caught here a little bit, but he is very, very quick with the blinks away. There's so many hero coming through.
33.
He's just on the other side of the trees. They can't find him. Oh my god. A lot committed for that one, and they don't find BZM. Moves.
I was thinking that 33 would try to use his War Stomp, but he didn't. He thought Tinker was a bit deeper.
Yeah. Now Amar jumping in. They're going to kill off Fata once again here. I mean, it's the DK. As we've said, not a big deal, but still, it will delay this Roshan, which I think Tundra were considering there.
He has the form on, right? So killing him is kind of beneficial, delaying, like you said, the Rosh Pit or any attempt of a teamfight from Tundra. Now Tundra, they take Rosh pretty fast as well. Remember, this is a Tinker with Axe, so...
OG, yeah. OG take it very fast.
Yeah, OG, sorry.
No worries, mate.
You got
Come
me.
off
You
long
understand.
CIS series, you know, it's alright.
It was a crazy series, so...
Glad you have fun over with them, the DPC. We're just here without you, it's fine. We don't hold it again. Oh, hold on. Oh, BKB out from 9. It's too quick. And that means that's not going to do anything. Look at the backlines. They've got the Tinker. The Tinker is gone. Yuragi trying to fight. Now the Doom has been used on the Tinker. He might find an opportunity, and the Tinker's going to TP back in as well with a buyback. Skidder out forward by himself. He's going to lose his first life here. Can they protect him on his second life? That is the question. Look at Amar bodying for his Tinker, making sure they don't get on top of him at the same time. They're not killing off Skidder just yet. Skidder is able to run himself back. They won't be losing the second life on their Wraith King, which does make this Tinker buyback. It leaves a bitter taste in the mouth because they didn't really get anything for it.
For sure, that was a buyback of Tinker in the same time that his team was kind of disengaging. So I think there was a small disconnect with what they were planning on doing. But now with the buyback, you have to go rush. I think this is... It's not perfect. You don't have an arena, but you have to do it.
Radiant's middle tower
Unfortunately, Fado was walking nearby and he saw the bugs coming out that pit and they found the perfect stun. They find BZM again. They need to keep him alive, but I'm not sure they can. There's a lot of damage coming down on Tim and he's gone. The Tinker is out of the fight for good. Can OG still make this one happen? Uragi's trying to take the front lines here. Skidder being pounded, but guess who's behind him? It's Snaking, healing him up and keeping him nice and healthy. They cannot bring down the Wraith King. They cannot bring down the Queen. And now 33 jumps back in again, finds Tiger. Tiger's gone for good, but he's actually going to buy back immediately here. Meanwhile, Misha, time lapses out, just about keeping his health. They're getting a little bit low here on Tundra. They're going to lose one, but it's Wraith King, and now they catch 9 as well. Great catch from Tiger there with the silence of the stroke of fate to snipe 9 on the side of the fight. Is this going to keep the Roshan dream alive for OG? Well, it's the very least going to stop Tundra from going for it. Buyback. They want to take this one. The TP into the tier 1. Amar doesn't have a counter play. He's gone. Uragi going to get back here with the ultimate as 9 jumps in and takes down Tiger as well, and another stun comes in. Oh my goodness, there is no stopping the Tundra train right now. They're on top of Uragi, the last hero left on OG, and the Medusa will fall, and that is an absolutely massive fight for Tundra. It was already going their way, and this fight, this Roshan has just made everything come up their way.
Such a nice fight. So well played. At the beginning, it looked alright for OG. They baited Tundra up to the high ground. Medusa was literally in the place where you always want to be as a Medusa, protected by her teammates, sitting far enough back and just wailing into them. The problem occurred after killing 9 and becoming a little bit too greedy, going after snaking. If they don't go for snaking and instead they just are satisfied with Roshan, maybe it ends alright for OG. But chasing snaking under the tier 1, perfect opportunity for Queen of Pain to buy back in and then just turn the fight completely.
I mean, I have to think the call was just a case of she doesn't have it. If she has it, she would have used it by now, and they decided to go for it, but it ends up being the wrong call entirely, and Amar's going to get killed down at bottom. The Snake King, he's got a BKB on the IO. Yep. Alright, no kill for you, Tinker.
He's had it. I saw that he was queuing it up. There's such a madness happening everywhere. You don't think about it.
From last fight, that's for sure.
It feels good to be this Wisp. Like he's having a great game. He's got a Paladin sword as well, which helps. Plus the BKB. So nice to have a BKB as an IO versus Mars, because you can tether in and out of arena. You can move through it. And versus Tinker, obviously. BZM. They know where he is.
Oh no. They don't have a stun. He's out. TP away to safety. 20k gold advantage of a Tundra, though. It's not looking pretty. This could be a 2-0. That is what it's on course for right now. Still a while to go. But, man, this game looks so good for them.
33 has a Refresher Orb now. Together with that Shivas, together with Doom that's off cooldown. He's just waiting for his moment to pounce on anyone, as Snake King is on a different side of the map. Truth be told, with Relocate on cooldown for 25 seconds, so maybe 33 can wait a little while.
Misha playing a dangerous game. Tinker as well, so peppering away at Mr. Skitter. Being so annoying with that Aghanim Scepter. I mean, this is one of those games which is never going to feel like it's ever over, because you do have Medusa Tinker. Defending high ground is going to be very easy for the side of OG, but that's also not a situation which Tundra are particularly uncomfortable in. You know, they like taking it slow anyway. They never rush the high ground pushes, so yeah. They also have a ton of ways to catch out this Tinker now. That Shivas is so useful, just because it gives you that vision in the trees. Makes BZM's life very difficult.
Bata on top lane, ending going into the BKB, and you talked about them having this high ground defense. Yeah, they do, but when you think about Tundra's heroes, they have 4 cores, and Amar.
Stunned up, Sentinel Stomp down as well, Reload coming in as well, not that it's needed. Amar's going to be taken down very easily in the middle lane.
Bata top lane, he's chasing the Medusa.
Wait, he's TPing in on this on BZM. He's just there to give him the shield and then peace out, but he's been caught himself. He needs to TP out of this one. Reload is not going to be there. They have got the grip of the 2 of them, but BZM, he needs more help than this, and he's not going to get it. Oh
That's-
dear.
That's that opportunity that you were looking for. When Tinker is dead, you can perhaps take down a tier 2 or just go straight down mid, as that's where the creeps are. Let's see what they decide to. I think mid lane is not a greedy option because he doesn't have buyback and they are aware of it.
Yep, still on cooldown from before. Doesn't have a long timer since he did die back before, but no way back into this game for him, so fortification will have to be used. Mars back in 10 seconds, but Amar, he has just felt quite ineffectual this game as they go deep for this kill onto Tiger. Tundra under the tier 4s, bring down the support. And now they move on to the barracks as well. OG, is there anything you could do about this to keep those barracks alive? I don't think so. Melee has gone actually a jump forward now into the Medusa. They've got the Doom coming down onto another tier 4 this is. And the Medusa's gonna fall. She has a buyback, Yuragi, but my god, Tundra. They see and they strike. There is no hesitation here from this team. 5 heroes in onto the Snake Lady. And now she's
Again?
at the 70.
They're
And
in?
again, why are you coming forward? And Mai has got the BKB this time around. Could be an opportunity for a buyback on the Medusa. Tinker's back in the area as well. I questioned it, but it's a damn good play from Aman, knowing that they can actually get themselves out of this one. But Snake with the BKB is able to get himself out as well. They
But
will
who
get
died?
one
Nomad.
kill in response, but yet again, it's just little old Fata.
Fata has 8 deaths out of 17 that OG has, almost 50%.
Perfect.
It's perfect, exactly. Exactly what you want to be doing. And every time OG and BZM came out,
This
want
is
to jump in.
obnoxious. This is very obnoxious for BZM here. We've said it 100 times before, this guy is just a very frontline player on this Tinker.
I don't feel that this Tinker has been a huge issue for Tundra this game, though. Like, BZM has definitely had better games when it comes to positioning and being elusive enough. The itemization from Tundra is very solid and spot on, too. The Blink Dagger, the Orchid, preventing him from actually casting any spells afterwards. The Bloodthorn on Wraith King, obviously. And a game in which, like, I've seen BZM have worse Tinker games, but do better. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen him play Tinker versus heroes that perhaps pose a bigger threat to him.
Yeah, but Tundra are utilizing the few resources they have to catch this Tinker very, very well. And I think 33, I mean, Fire is probably my MVP, but 33 very close behind him at the moment, because he is just constantly finding those big, juicy dooms.
Yeah, overwhelming Blink as well on him. Very soon, he has that Reaver queued up. We're talking about the Tinker and the fact that he's being caught, but it comes down to the whole composition of their draft. Like, someone has to do stuff, and no one really can. So it's on Tinker to push out the waves, it's on Tinker to create space, it's on Tinker to play with Taiga and his Aetherland Soulbind to actually get kills. It's a huge burden on his back.
It's a lot to be done this game, and doesn't feel like it's... it just doesn't feel like there's much left in the tank for OG, to be honest. I mean, they do have these very good scaling 2 cores in the Tinker and the Medusa, though, right? So they always have a way back into the game, but they are so far behind. I mean, it's a 30k gold advantage for Tundra. They're doing so much better. But this could be a big catch. The reload out from Snaking just takes him into the trees at bottom.
It was literally like pitch perfect, that relocate as well. The moment Queen of Pain gets stunned into the trees, speared into the trees, Snaking gets her out. Wait, he didn't BKB? Cool down 1 second. I thought he's gonna BKB and TP out, but yeah.
And that's his first death since that buyback into reload play with the Doom earlier on, so he's dead for 105 seconds.
Never mind, just click on Snaking, check his inventory. That's all you have to do.
What?
IO, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just 4 mantles of intelligence.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He thinks this game is over. He's already preparing the PM.
Yes. Yeah, he's
there.
got them loaded up. Ooh, Tinker. Some fancy dodges here. OG might be willing to take this fight. Let's see. The BKB is going to run out on Flutter eventually. Oh, no. This isn't the hero they can let get caught here. Yuragi, being beaten down, though, does manage to get off the Stone Gaze and turn around and force them back. I don't know how they didn't doom that, but in the backlines, they found BZM. 33 has gone down. Yuragi trying to hold his ground, but doesn't really have any mana left and fighting off into 3 heroes all by himself. That's going to be very difficult, and Tundra are going to be able to put down the Medusa once again. They catch BZM at the start, and that just sets them off for a very nice fight. Is that who they doomed, the Tinker?
The Doom actually didn't go off on the Mars because of the Lincoln Spheres. 33 wasn't truly successful in that fight, at least not as usual. Okay. But you could see what OG was going for. They had a Lincoln Sphere on the Mars, a Lincoln Sphere on the Tinker. They tried to make use of that, perhaps fight a fight in which their heroes aren't completely eliminated at minute 1 and second 1.
That was sick Lincolns actually onto the Mars. But yeah,
Tundra is just way too far ahead, right?
Yes, yeah. You can mess up Doom when you're 30k ahead. It's fine. And now the push comes in. Top lane tower being destroyed, being demolished by this demolition crew. Misha just hanging out behind. He's just a bug, chilling, waiting to see if there's any couriers or anything. Oh, there they are. Wait, is that a Mantle of Intelligence I see being dropped by Snaking? Is he getting a little bit of revenge here? He's not even in the fountain though. It doesn't hit the same.
Wait, where did he drop it? I didn't see.
Just dropped it at the tier 3.
Oh, I see. He should leave a trail of mantles of intelligences, you know, like across the map.
Just spell out easy with them.
Leave a mantle at every creep camp. I don't know, I love BM. I always liked it. And I always liked when the BM is before the game. Like, if you BM after the game, I don't know. It's like, whatever, man.
Yeah,
I
100% agree. Like, I 100% agree. Like, sometimes people are like, "Oh, why are you chatting? You know, before the game's even started?" It's like, well, that's the biggest confidence play. You know, if you've done it after the game's ended, then I know it's like saying you're gonna spill over milk when you've already spilt the milk over. It's not as impressive.
And showing some character actually helps everyone and makes the scene more fun. Like, it makes everything more fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone knows these new OG players, partly because it's OG, but partly because they're just making a big stir, you know, especially MR. He's been a big character since the very beginning. Not only a very young player, but also a very spicy one. That's great.
How spicy? Tell me, Nomad.
I'd say Vindaloo. What's your go-to curry lizard?
I don't eat it actually like that much.
What?
So, I don't know what.
You know I'm half Indian, right?
Yeah, I do. What's your favorite burek, Nomad?
The one your mum made me once, which isn't a diss. You gave. Okay, this just sounds like I'm blaming you here.
The correct answer is there's only one burek, and that's with meat. That's the correct answer. Just so you know for the future.
Oh, okay.
If you don't want to piss off Bosnians, that's what you need to know.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind for my next Bosnian encounter.
Very important. Snaking, Skitter, moving like brothers into the pit. Just waiting for that rush, and they missed him by 5 seconds.
Look at the queue from Amar here. He's got 3 Mantles of Intelligence queued up, ready to go. But he has bought himself a Refresher Orb, which is the bigger deal here. So they're ready to go. Shield's coming out onto the OG players. Fada, though, in a great place to break this smoke, and that's exactly what he do when he jumps in and stuns up the Weaver straight off the bat. The Weaver's going to get killed off immediately. Amar trying to fight up into this, but what can he really do? Well, he can do a pretty decent arena, actually catches out 9 here, but Snaking's right behind him, going to TP him out to safety. But look at Yuragi, he's doing so much damage in this fight. Tiger getting killed off behind by 33. The Refresher comes out, another arena down. Tundra, they cannot get on top of this Medusa because of the double arena. BZM's also completely fine in the backlines, but Tundra also aren't really losing heroes. They've survived through the 5th tick of it, and now they turn it around. They look over towards Yuragi, and they just start pounding into the Medusa. There's no support coming his way, and it is going to be Tundra's fight. It was a very well-executed fight for OG, but unfortunately, they are just too far ahead on the side of Tundra, I would say.
Yeah, you're completely right. 35k behind and still put up a pretty decent fight. on the back of Amar, pretty much, with the double Mars Arena. 33 couldn't really find the right targets to Doom, and Medusa was standing in the right position, trying to dish out as much damage as possible. But when you're this far behind, it's just like so difficult to even kill heroes. You're playing versus a Doom that has overwhelming blink, Shiva's like 3.4k HP, a Dragon Knight with 3.4k HP, a Skitter Great King that you're just not killing twice at this point. It's a rough one for OG, but they're still making some pretty pog fun plays.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good on paper. It really did. But unfortunately, when you add it all up, it just doesn't work out for them in the end. Maybe if they had 10k gold less on Tundra, then it might have gone a bit better. But at the same time, Tundra might have played the fight differently as well. You know, they know how far ahead they is. They know that they could be a little bit more casual about their engagements.
There's an Aghanims on Skitter as well. So even if you kill someone, that same hero, if you eliminate it fast, we'll have those extra 7 seconds to use all of its spells. Hard found out Mantle.
Uh-oh. He's being punched. I'll relo onto him as well. Arena down, just to try and maybe buy some time. Wait, well, what?
Almost.
They enforced the Doom from that, to be fair.
But he doesn't have buyback.
Was he TPing inside the wall of the arena where
Yeah,
they couldn't attack him from either side?
Exactly.
That's a little bit silly, isn't it?
He found a pretty good spot. But what's really important is that he found Mantle of Intelligence on the ground. So
Excellent.
one of Snake... Exactly. He picked up one of Snake King's mantles. If he picks up 3 more, I don't know what happens. But they won't win.
It's a 1k gold shift in favor of OG. Except they can't use it. It's completely useless. Oh, jump in now. They're getting on top of Yuragi once again here. BKB's up. Pop 33 is going to refresh her. He wants to get the second Doom off. They need to take him down before that happens, but Snaking healing him up. Skitter might lose his first life here, but in comes 9, taking out Tiger with the screen from the sidelines. Tundra haven't lost anyone yet, but Fada's getting pretty low here, and BZM with the rockets should finish the job. Skitter also has lost his first life as well. So Tundra, what? Just jump back in and blow up Misha. Okay, 9. Okay, Skitter. On top of BZM once again. He needs some help, but he's not going to find it. The Orchid's out. The hero's down. Yuragi once again seems all alone. Where is the team? Where is the help? It is coming. They're trying to help out. The laser's bouncing around, but it's not enough to keep the Medusa alive. Medusa's going to buy back as well the lasers. It's doing work, but guess what? He's got reincarnation once again on Skitter coming straight back into it. The ground is littered with mantles at this point. I don't even know who they are, but they found BZM once again. BZM in the trees, so the stun's actually going to come off onto 9. 9 might need to get away here. The damage is coming out from OG. OG, are they going to get the kill onto 9? Yes, they will. Sniped it out, but it's only life number 1. Has the Aegis in her pocket, ready to come back for round number 2. Amara is here, though. He's got the spear into the trees. They need to pop out the damage before she TPs away, and she will not be able to leave. 1,000 gold going into Yuragi. That buyback is refunded, but it was an expensive hold for OG, but it was a hold all the same. The dream of the tournament is still alive, but narrowly.
Yeah, check the gold swing, by the way. Did it even happen? I feel like it's pretty much the same. 47k ahead on Tundra.
Yeah. If the fight recap's correct, then OG got a 2k gold lead, but I don't know if that takes buybacks into account.
I feel what OG, to actually benefit from this, they need to either take some objective or at least gain some map control. But it's still a pretty damn impressive defense. They managed to hold their ground. It did cost them a bunch of buybacks. I'm not even going to count how many. And one neat play that I really want to point out in that fight is Fata's Dragonite. He dies, but after he dies, he still has that Aghanims from Wraith King, right? He jumps back in, breathe fire on Tinker so he can blink out, and uses those 7 seconds to stun him and allow Wraith King to actually go in and kill him off. So, like, that Wraith King's Aghanims actually getting them a kill on Tinker.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Fada continuing to make the plays happen on this Skitter. He's had an outstanding performance this game, has to be said, on that POS5 DK. Something we'll probably be seeing again somewhere along the line from Team Tundra.
Did they pick up mantles? They did. Maybe that's the gold swing as well, by the way.
Of course, yes. The mantles, I believe they're being relocated at this point. The same mantles being moved around the map.
I see Misha is carrying some of them at least.
Oh, okay. Maybe let's take into a currency. You know how so in the great, perfect pause. So you know how in Team Fortress 2, it became the case where the earbuds became the thing of currency in all the trading standards because like I don't know exactly why it's like limited amount or something like that, but they became like the currency you traded with in Team Fortress 2 when the trading was huge there. So it could be comparable to the mantles. You know, the hero's going to start bartering for items with each other. You know, I'll trade you 3 mantles for a Sanjinyasha.
I mean, as long as we give them worth, that's what their value is, right? As long as we make a consensus on it.
True. Yeah. That is how society functions.
Mantle of Intelligence NFTs coming up.
God, don't tempt them. You said it now. Now you're gonna have like 10 DMs now saying, "Hey man, you're interested in NFTs?
Are you interested in this Ponzi scheme I've got?" Never mind. Let's see. Amar with the refresher, with the Lincolns, has actually 8 mantles queued up, so he knows what's the
He's investing early.
True value. He's
buying in the dip. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, with that hold, they did expend a lot of buybacks on the side of OG, like you were saying. So now, this next fight, you know, if they can find exactly the same fight for Tundra, then they're just going to win the game. So it's not like OG are in a great spot here. They do defend their high ground once, but to do so again is very, very difficult. Tundra could also just wait for Roshan, take the free Roshan as well, because I highly doubt OG will come to it without their buybacks. You never know.
He's got a very nice 2 items. One is locked, however, but...
Who's that?
Medusa. 33? 33?
Yeah, he's going to jump into the middle of 3 heroes. BKBs are popped from both teams. Medusa's stunned up for the time being, but she gets off that ultimate regardless. Around the side, Tundra coming in. They found this Weaver. That would be a good start here. Amar popping the second arena off the fight, but so many refresher orbs from both sides. I mean, they just pop the BKBs around again. Medusa getting off a lot of damage inside this fight, but also getting pretty low herself as BCM needs to get away. The Inkswell comes out, and Nine's actually the one getting low. Nine with the TP out, but they're on top of the Medusa. They've got it doomed up. They've got the kill. Medusa gone. Rapier in the hands of the Wraith King. All that damage being dealt out, but in the end, it just wasn't enough to bring them down. They're going to find Tiger as well. And what was very hard for OG might have just become impossible. Tundra take another huge fight. They look so good in these engagements. This one was just clean.
Isha, they might even catch him here. The balls are hitting, and he's dead. That's exactly why I told you to check the Medusa. He had the Rapier actually locked. And the moment he noticed the Doom isn't going on him and that he won't get doomed, he unlocks the items and he forms the Rapier in the middle of the fight. It was a really nice attempt.
Good idea. Yeah, that's the thing. Like OG, they're making these cool plays, they're making these nice plays, but in the end, it's not enough to save them versus Tundra, who have just regained their form recently, at least in this series, and look so damn good. Beautiful game from them, ending with a 56k gold advantage. Massive